What's going on, guys? Kevin the Tech Ninja here, and the Galaxy Note 10 was just announced today. I had some time with it a few days ago to check it out, and today I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know. There are three Galaxy Note devices. We have the Note 10, the Note 10 Plus, and the Note 10 5G. The Note 10 5G is a Verizon exclusive to start off, and it has the same specs as the Note 10 Plus, but just with 5G. These phones are also powered by the extremely capable Snapdragon 855. Now, when picking up the device, one of the first things you're going to notice is that the power button is now on the left side of the device, and also there's no Bixby button dedicated to the phone anymore. Let's begin with the Note 10. It is a 6.3-inch AMOLED 1080p display. Now, however, due to the slim bezels, it actually feels like, a much smaller phone while giving you a bigger display. The Note 10 Plus is a 6.8-inch Quad HD AMOLED display, and it's thinner and lighter than the Note 9, so actually overall it's easier to hold even though the screen is larger. Now, how does the phone get thinner, you may ask? Well, listen, viewer, the answer is simple: the removal of the headphone jack. It was bound to happen, and so here it is. Now, in typical fashion, the Samsung display has great colors. It gets very bright, deep blacks, and all those things like that. The front camera is now located in the center of the display, and it takes up 1/3 the size of the S10, so that pill shape is gone, and now it's just a cutout, and it looks okay. Now it just kind of feels like it's in the middle of the screen, and when I'm watching a video, it seems that it impedes a little bit more than it did previously. So this phone now has 3 cameras. It's a triple camera setup. It's on the back of the phone, and it's in a vertical orientation towards the left. I think this camera configuration looks really good. It looks a lot better than what I thought the S10 had. So the first camera we're going to talk about is the ultra wide camera. It's 16 megapixels, 120 degrees field of view. So this is a very wide shot. Then we have the wide angle, this is going to be your variable aperture, 12 megapixel f1.5 to f2.4. And then we have the telephoto lens, which is 12 megapixels f2.1 OIS. And also you have the front single camera, which is 10 megapixels, 80 degrees field of view with a wide angle mode that you can use in the software. Exclusive to the Note 10 Plus, there is an extra sensor just for depth. So on portrait shots, expect the Note 10 Plus to look a little bit better. In my short time, I was not able to test it out though. One major change is going to be memory. So there's no expandable storage on the Note 10. However, the Note 10 Plus will retain an SD card slot. The Note 10 only has one trim, and that's 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB of internal storage, while the Note 10 Plus gives you 12 GB of RAM with 256 GB as a base, or 512 as an upgrade. The Note 10 Plus also has a 4300 mAh battery, whereas the standard Note has 3500 mAh battery. The phone also has a fingerprint scanner under the screen and also facial recognition for unlocking. The S Pen received some new features, and I'll dig into those in a dedicated video. However, here's what stuck out to me. First of all, the S Pen is completely unibody in design, so it feels much more solid. It has a built-in accelerometer, so you can control the camera, increase volume, scroll through playlists, and all those things with the S Pen. This is called Air Actions. So Samsung mentioned a good use case would be if someone had their phone on a tripod or a selfie stick and they want to make changes to the camera without having to touch the phone. You can use the S Pen and do these gestures with it, and from there make changes to the camera. So you can flip the camera around, go to video, go to picture, use the shutter, all right there using the S Pen. You also have AR Doodle, and this allows you to draw on people or things in real time. And it also tracks with the camera. So as you can see here, I had some horns put on my head, and as I move around, they stay on my head. You can also convert writing to text if you have a good enough handwriting. Your handwriting notes are now searchable, so you can look for notes while doing a search. And you can also export any of your notes to Microsoft Word, and you can actually continue working on them, or you can just send a note to someone else. So those were the stats and the rundown of things that I think are really important to know about this phone. So as far as a quick opinion for using this phone for about 40 minutes is that the feeling in the hand is what you'd expect from a Note, but it just feels thinner. For some reason, Samsung phones always just feel better year over year, and the Note 9 just felt a bit clunky compared to the Note 10. So performance and just the initial camera usage just felt like the S10. So nothing really jumped out to me as different. You have 8 gigabytes of RAM or 12 gigabytes of RAM, and in between those, there wasn't anything noticeable that's different. But I think once you start editing video using some of these new AAA apps that are coming out and some of these newer games, then you may see better RAM usage, but it's too early to tell, and I still think 8 gigabytes of RAM is plenty. The Note 9 Plus is really a pro level device. It has these pro specs, and the Note 10 is just good enough for most people. And I don't think that's a bad thing. And don't get too bent out of shape about the display resolution at 1080p. To me, it looks great, and it's actually identical to 1440p. The only time you notice it is when going to YouTube and selecting higher quality. Regardless, as soon as my units come in, I'll go in and dig into more features and give you a full review. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you. Make sure you stay locked to my channel for more Galaxy Note 10 videos. I'm Kevin the Tech Ninja. Have a great day, and I'll holler at you guys later.